A hearty good morning to all my gang members. As I see that you all are really working hard for the upcoming competition, speech competition. So I thought that to improve, to help you and to guide you. So as a super mentor, you guys have a mentor and mentors are doing pretty good job. But as a super mentor, I thought that I'll make one video about how to write a speech. So my topic is art more important than maths? So I will start with my introduction, and from the introduction, in each part, I will let you guys know that where did I come and how did I make the video. Pretty much I made this video just in a few time, like 10 minutes ago. So my points are not much research, but you guys had like 1.5 week to research points. So I think you have more points and more example than my speech. And moreover that this is the guidelines of how a speech should be there. Moreover, rather than points, it is more about how you should put the speech with first introduction quote. You can start with a quote, then with introduction which explains about the topic, then your personal introduction, then first point, second point with examples in them, and at last will be a point where you are supporting a little bit of the opponent's point and then countering it back, and at the end you draw the curtains with a conclusion. So first I start with a quote. So again I would repeat my topic. My topic is art more important than maths. A talent can do what it can, but a genius does what is must. Each and every person in their lifetime have to stop at one point. They need to stop as there are two pathways ahead of them. One road is where heart follows, which may or may not lead them to success. But it does have an interesting adventure along the pathway, creativity and art along its way. On the other road, the brain finds its comfort in calculated steps, which has been followed by many. It does provide a comfortable life, but it leaves a void in your heart, a void of not following your art. This is the first introduction before my proper introduction. So this is like an introduction to your topic. This part is required for a better flow, where it has quotes, where it has something, so that your audience, you have your opponent sitting there, you have your audience and your judges sitting there. So you have to attract all of them. That's the thing about speech, or we say persuasive writing. So pretty much you see that how I'm working, right? Slowly. You all are worried about the time limit. The thing is, for a better time limit, and because I have written it for 5 minutes, that's why I am just looking here in my notebook. By the way, still I'm trying my best to give an eye contact to you, an audience. At the time of speech, eye contact is very, very important. If you're just gonna read, it shows sign that you are not prepared and you are a weak person. There is no place for weak people in speech. Only strong will lead and fight. So make sure that you guys already have a time. So make sure you re-practice on speech, and you should have an eye contact, a better eye contact than I make at time of the competition. Now I'm coming to my another introduction about my personal introduction. That's the second paragraph. Good morning to my teachers, friends, judges, and my fellow opponents. Today, I, Manush Patel, from Manush Sir's Educational Development, would like to support the point that art has more importance than mathematics. This is done with my introduction. Now I'm jumping to my first paragraph. As a surprise to my fellow opponent, I do not believe that art and maths are two different bodies. They are both the singular support system of each other. You can see any historical artifact like Taj Mahal, Mona Lisa, or Fibonacci series. They are all product of systematic and symmetric calculation embedded in artifact. Really speaking, I just saw this topic like 10 minutes ago and I'm speaking this, right? This is my first paragraph has ended. So still I have used examples in it. Make sure that you put a point. It was a point that they both are not different from each other, and to support that point I give an example. Giving example is most important. Then I start for the second paragraph. Similarly, mathematics is itself an art of numerical as well as geometrical series. We say only a true jeweler can identify a real diamond. Similarly, only a true artist can find art in any mathematical problem or figures. However, mathematicians thinking that maths is the only gateway to success are most ignorant people. Their sight is even worse than that of a blind person. In second paragraph, I'm putting my another point with another example and I'm attacking on my opponent. What my opponent might say, I'm just degrading his points. So this is how I stand stronger than my opponents. Now in the third, you guys can have more though, but in my third one, because I'm concluding, I've kept it short. In my third one, I'd say, I do understand some of my opponent's points of view. That study in mathematics brings more secure jobs and more income. But I would recommend them to see the Survey of Canadian Income, where it is proved that artists make the highest amount of paychecks from their art and royalty. In modern world, you can name any artist from a musician to a painter, but it is seldom that we hear about any mathematician. Therefore, I would now, before coming to conclusion, I have done with my points. You see, as a mathematician and teacher myself, I don't agree with all the points, but that's my duty right now. Right now, I chose that I'm on my art side and I don't have any other thing to do but to fight there for my point. I've seen many of them using baseless. You guys are like, I feel like mocking you guys. Whoever stands and, oh sir, this is not the case. This is not the case. It doesn't matter. Your point is this, you are for or against, just go with it. Right? You can even create an example of yours, but it's discouraged. You can give some names that are commonly known to other people. Therefore, now I'm coming to my conclusion. Here, listen to my conclusion carefully. Therefore, I would now rest my case and leave it on you, that when life will be standing in front of you with two pathways, which road will you choose? The one with math or the one where your heart is, where the art is? Thank you and have a good day. You see, the chunk from an introduction, I put it in conclusion as well, right? And from there I mixed it up and created this speech. I will not say my speech is perfect, but it's a guidelines of what is expected of you and your students to speak at that day. Make sure if you guys need any modification in your speech, you do that. That introduction, self-introduction is must. Most of you I have seen just start with it, just blow with it. I'm for the point, I'm against the point. When did I start? I think it was the third paragraph where I said I'm for which point. Did I say Manush Patel support the point that art has more importance than matter? It was like my first, second, third paragraph. So make sure you slowly go into this process and give your best. Your trophies are just near here. So champions, be ready to get a trophy. And everyone is doing a good job. And let me know if this was helpful. Thank you and have a good day.